Hello, I'm Harry Riley. Welcome to Harry's 10-Minute Tales. This is called Naja, the Incredible Driving Bear by Harry Riley. This is fiction, and resemblance to anyone, living or dead, is coincidental. Money is your god, Marcel, and you gamble to get it. But I only need to live a simple life. My injury means we can no longer perform together on the high wire, so I suggest we go our separate ways. We don't really like one another, and you will be free to seek your fortune. What do you say, brother? We can divide the money our father left us. Marcel smirked contemptuously. As usual, you're right, André. You have only yourself to blame for your damaged leg, and I cannot carry a cripple. The brothers duly split up, and Marcel sought out the Italian circus owner, Cecil Brincello, for advice on performing a solo act. André, my dear friend, we have known each other a long time, and circus is in your blood, as it is in mine. Bring me a new theme for a clever animal act, and we'll try it out in the big top. But no cruelty, mind. Brincello's renowned circus is loved by all for its kindness to animals, and I will not have its name besmirched. Travelling through India in search of a suitable animal, the ex-trapeze artist chanced across a tribe of poor Kalandar nomads and discussed his quest. The leader said he could supply a healthy beast for a price. André was sickened to discover the animal in question was tied to a post in the compound. It was a full-grown male sloth bear called Naja, and in shocking condition. There was a ring through a hole in its snout that the chief proudly explained was made with a red-hot poker. Now a sturdy rope linked it to the wooden stake rammed deep into the ground. Children were mercilessly pelting it with stones, forcing it to stand upright and dance. Indian flute and sitar music played loudly in the background. Naja's eyes were glazed, his coat was matted and dull, and there was congealed blood around his swollen muzzle from the constant tugging of the rope. He was clearly in pain from the mindless torture. Stop it at once," shouted the enraged visitor. "How much to buy?" Slyly the nomad rubbed his palm and indicated many rupees. "He very cheap. You buy now?" André promptly bartered the deal and found a local vet to check out the animal for tuberculosis and malnutrition. The vet confirmed Naja was clear of disease, although seriously underweight, and in need of several vitamin injections before a long journey could be considered. All its teeth had been removed to stop it biting, and both feet had been damaged through having to hop about on red-hot coals, as part of its training. André had an affinity with animals and had studied the art of horse whispering, so he was able to relax the great bear swiftly through simple kindness. Returning home and waiting for the beast to pass through quarantine, the new keeper was not idle, but with the help of an electronics wizard, he explained his plan. Several months later he demonstrated his new act to his circus boss. It was quite simple and called Naja, the Incredible Driving Bear. The bear sat at the driving wheel of an open electric car, remotely controlled by André, out of sight of the audience, and appeared to drive through a town set within the big top arena. A clown dressed as a policeman would halt the car at a level crossing, and then wave it on after several other clowns had passed by. After the rehearsal, the circus folk stood up and applauded enthusiastically, and Cecil Brincello had no hesitation in booking the splendid act. Naja had a shiny coat and was fed daily on fresh fish and other delicacies. No ill treatment was involved, and he showed all the signs of loving his new life and enjoying the applause. Soon many children were dragging their parents to see the wonderfully clever Naja. The bear was a star attraction wherever Brincello's circus appeared. If only Marcel had not returned. "I heard you were struggling on without my guiding hand." "Well, really, André, a silly bear act indeed. How low can you sink? Once we were the Bravado brothers, courageous champions of the trapeze. Have you no pride? Andre was taken aback, but could tell from his brother's dilapidated clothing that his search for wealth had failed. He was on his uppers, and the bearkeeper was touched with sympathy. Drinking and gambling again? Surely a man needs a few pleasures. I've watched your performance, and I could be the policeman. What do you say, brother? We were a good team once, you and I. Against his better judgment, Andre relented, and the two men were reunited. Marcel threw himself into his part, fully intended to be the dominant partner once more. He had a baton specially made which possessed a sharp, retractable blade, and this he thrust surreptitiously through the bear's fur on every occasion when they were alone. This made the animal howl with pain, but it was a while before Andre noticed the dried blood on Naja's coat. Can't understand it, Marcel. I'm sure there was no barbed wire or sharp projections anywhere near Naja's quarters. You worry too much. It's probably self-harm. These dumb animals get bored easily, and often scratch themselves deeply in frustration. A crisis came during a matinee performance. Marcel the policeman arrived worse for drink, and began stabbing the unfortunate bear with his baton blade, when the car had broken down at a level crossing. The crowd were getting restless. Suddenly the crazed animal could stand it no longer, and lashed out with a giant paw, knocking Marcel to the ground, and then leaping on him and crushing him to death. A stunned audience watched in horror as the bear was shot and killed. After a decent interval of mourning, Andre reopened the same car act, with the clowns and Naja too, sadly retiring each evening to remove the fake bearskin from his own body. End.